Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. My name is Avery Henningsen, and I'm joined by Caden Trenowith. Husson men's soccer will be taking on the University of Maine at Farmington Beavers in this very important conference matchup. In the season starting to come to a close, this is going to be a big one in terms of that end of the year seeding and this kind of NAC East title that the Eagles are looking to defend.
Absolutely. More than likely, winner of this game is going to take sole control of that Eastern NAC, which is very important. And as we all know, the leader of the NAC at the end of the season will host the East Championship, which is very important. Everybody loves a good little home seed, home advantage. And we're going to have some battles today, especially with young players. Mohamed Adow comes to mind for this Farmington team.
And I think one of the important ones that kind of doesn't get talked about as much, if Farmington were to be that host, they have a grass field. This Eagles team not too used to playing on a much slower field out there. Those of you who haven't played on the two different ones, the turf field's a lot quicker out there. The ball moves a lot faster. The Eagles like to pass a lot, Caden. And I feel like that could be a very important difference between those two fields and vice versa.
Absolutely, especially on a night where it's like tonight where you never know what conditions you're going to get, especially that late in October. Nights like tonight where it's a little bit rainy, that grass field will kind of mess with the ball a lot, kind of mess with your footing. You never know. It could hit a muddy spot, slip a lot. Stuff like that could happen.
And these two teams took each other on earlier in the year. The Eagles coming away with a 1-0 victory in very, very late fashion. Ben Shumway scoring in the 89th minute and 56 seconds, so about 4 seconds left on the clock when that one went in. This Eagles team getting it done in late fashion against this Farmington team.
Should be a fun one.
And the last time we saw Farmington on the Husson Eagles Sports Network, it was in that NAC East Finals from last year. They had a tough game against the Thomas College Terriers. That one went to double overtime. Eventually penalty kicks, which Thomas would eventually win. So this probably isn't favorite field of this Beavers team. They're looking to change history here tonight. We'll be back soon on the Husson Eagles Sports Network after the national anthem and starting lineups.
University promote good sportsmanship by the student athletes, coaches, and spectators at tonight's contest. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated in our grounds removal from Boucher Field. Be the starting lineup for tonight's contest. First, for the visiting Beavers. In goal, sophomore, number 00, Jack Warmald. A senior midfielder, number 3, Christian Balervo. A senior forward, number 4, Cade McHugh. A senior defender, number 5, William Dowsey. A senior defender, number 6, Trevor Kruger. A junior midfielder, number 7, Zach Chazon. A senior midfielder, number 8, Eric Bellinger. A senior defender, number 11, Brady Stockwell. A senior defender, number 12, Garrett Witten. A sophomore midfielder, number 21, Kylan Billings. And a freshman forward, number 27, Mohamed Adow. Farmington is under direction of head coach Blake Hart. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Husson University Eagles. In goal, a junior from Lucerne, Switzerland, number 1, Alex Recksteiner. A senior captain from Concord, New Hampshire, number 6, Mosi Massi Mango. A senior from Seabrook, New Hampshire, number 2, Carlos Chanlate. A junior from Los Rozas, Spain, number 4, Pedro Molina. A junior from Madrid, Spain, number 9, Mario Alvarez. A freshman from Madrid, Spain, number 15, Hugo Jopez. A junior from Huelva, Spain, number 17, Domingo Infante. A graduate student from Dedham, Massachusetts, number 20, Ben Shumway. A sophomore from Caracas, Venezuela, number 21, Carlos Echevers. A sophomore from Caracas, Venezuela, number 22, Miguel Morales. And a graduate student from Topsom, Maine, number 34, Alex Bryant. Eagles under direction of head coach Gavin Penny, and he's assisted by Matt Goodman, Mitch Matsagemba, Nick Christensen, and Garth Bereni. Fans, at this time, we ask you please rise and honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Those were the starting lineups for these two teams. Gain a lot of history between these two. They've been playing for quite a while, since 1962, I believe. These two teams have been matching up out there on the field. The Eagles with a slight advantage, 37-36 and 6, being 37 wins for the Eagles. These two have been matching up out there for quite a while.
Yeah, absolutely. The big takeaway from both of it is they both had these extended runs. UMF was dominant from 76 to 97 with a 26-2-2 record. Husson has ruled the 2000s, 18-3-1, has split the series 36, 37, and 6.
Yeah, and one of those three losses for the Eagles in the 2000s was that 2021 NAC East Championship game. Obviously, these teams, being a couple years ago now, have changed quite a bit, but I think a lot of the juniors and seniors were freshmen and sophomores on those teams. So these two have a lot of history between each other, both kind of over a long period of time and in just a short kind of last 3 or 4 years. This Beavers team led by a very strong defensive unit who's been together for quite a while. A combination of Dowse, Kruger, Stockwell, and Whidden on that defensive line. A couple of them played together in high school as well. Been together for 8 or 9 years now. And I think that defense is really one of the strong points. But then you also mentioned the emergence of freshman Mohamed Adow for this Farmington team, who's really put them forward offensively this season.
Absolutely, and Dow, I mean, he didn't just come out of nowhere. 2022 at Edward Little, all-region high school soccer player of the year with 24 goals, 9 assists, led his team to 14-1-1, and they lost to of course, Lewiston in the North Class A semifinals. That Twin City rivalry down there, something a lot of people goes underrated, but it's really crucial those weeks when Edward Little plays Lewiston. Everybody, all those surrounding towns down there are talking about it, going to the games. It's quite a fun experience.
Yeah, and Endow's been a big part of what's helped this team in the goal-scoring department this year. 9 goals and 2 assists on the season. They've already kind of surpassed the amount of goals that they had a season ago in less games than they had last year. So this attack is dangerous, and that defense is still very strong. The Eagles team coming off the hard-fought 1-2 loss to SUNY Poly, who's kind of going to be one of those teams to beat over in the NAC West, I believe. And SUNY Delhi, the defending NAC West champions, two that are going to be one of those teams that come up on the radar come playoff time. And we are about to get underway here at Boucher Field. Eagles wearing the all-gray uniforms, while Farmington will come in the maroon. This one sent all the way up towards the line and won by the defense, finding Endow right in the middle there. And this one passed out wide. Now Farmington getting that first early possession here. And the Eagles looking to put some pressure on. This one passed into the middle, and I think, Caden, one of the big strengths of this Eagles team has been that defensive group and that central midfield as well this season. This one passed over the top, and Dow with it going up against Shumway, tries to pass this one out wide but taken away. And I think that's a matchup we'll be seeing quite a lot of tonight. Shumway, one of the Eagles' most senior and best defenders out there, going up against the young freshman goal scorer.
Going back to your point, this back line has been critical to the success of the Eagles. And today, we saw it in the late half of the Poly game, but today they've definitely switched it back up, going back to a 4-back line. Infante and Molina are going to be more of a wing-back role.
And Endow will be offsides on that one. And I think that's something to watch out for, too, that this formation change a little bit for the Eagles. We saw them running a lot more of kind of a 3-back line earlier in the season. Now trying to switch it up. I think part of it, Infante and Molina, both guys capable of playing some offense out there and bringing the ball up the sideline. This formation allows that to kind of open up a little bit and give them some more open windows out there. I think the other one to watch out for tonight, Caden, we had quite like a medium, a little drizzle. It's been rainy all day. I've already seen multiple slips right down here in front of the press box. Might be something to watch out for. One costly slip could lead to a goal chance for either of these teams.
It was one of those annoying rains, too, where it wasn't raining too hard, but just enough to make everything super slippery, super wet out there.
And Shumway with it here, and it's the other one, too, that there's just kind of a layer of kind of water on top of the turf. It can kind of mess with this Husson team, used to it being pretty dry out there. This one sent in from Infante towards the back post. No one there for the Eagles, though. And that one kept just in play by the goalkeeper in Wormold. Sophomore goalkeeper has been asked to take on a bigger mantle this year. You can remember this Farmington team from a season ago had some strong goalkeeper play out there. I think that's since moved on. This one sent sky high, but short of that midfield. And one back by Farmington. Shumway again there for the Eagles. Fonte is going to go all the way back to Retzsteiner, but missed pass there. Pressure from the offense. And Bryant forced to just clear this one up. Nice job by the Eagles defense on that one. They like to pass back to Retzsteiner a lot, but that speed from Farmington coming through there for a second.
Yeah, this back line, already some errors in the first couple of minutes in this one. Pedro Molina slipping, allowing a counterattack. Bryant misreading the ball off the head, almost allowing a chance. Got lucky with a offside call, and on that pass, almost an error. Could be the new formation. Could be a little slow coming out these night games. Sometimes they're hard to get mentally prepared for.
Yeah, and this is a Farmington team that doesn't take a whole lot of shots. They've done pretty well in the goal department, considering that they don't take a whole lot of shots. But what they do is they can counterattack very quickly, as this one finds its way to Alvarez. But they counterattack quickly. They have some speedy guys up top. You saw Adow already in this one. But Jason, another guy, I remember him from the playoffs last year, being someone that kind of scored a few goals late. He might even have been the one who had some goal chances in that playoffs as well. As this one finding Shumway in the middle. He's going to find Lopez out there. Lopez trying to find Chanlate. Go to Alvarez. Alvarez is just going to send this one out wide to Infante now. This one finding a little room out there on the wing is Morales. Morales out to Alvarez. Alvarez, that's that back line pushing up there in Molina. Molina's going to try to put something on towards the back post. Just flicked over the head. Looked like Etcheverts had a chance at that one. And this one's going to go out for a Husson throw-in. Sent in quickly to Morales, but taken away now by the Beavers. And this one going to clear it all the way across the field. Molina there for the Eagles. So far, Caden, it seems like these two teams just trying to test each other out a little bit, figure out those weaknesses.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Husson, they're trying to force it down these sidelines a lot, especially with Pedro Molina working his way up. We noticed that late in the Poly game with this formation. It didn't really affect Poly too much. I'm really interested to see if Eagles make a breakthrough with it in this one.
And that one a shot and or kind of pass there from Alvarez. I don't think that was really a chance on goal. I think he was trying to fit something in. This one cleared out wide now. And we'll see how Wormold does against this Eagles offense. He didn't play against them in their one game earlier on this year. Sophomore Wormold and freshman Jackson Leach have been splitting a lot of time in net for this Farmington team. Jonas Sauter, the senior who graduated last year, had played most of their minutes the last few years before that. This one, Ryan, hard contact out there with Adow. Adow staying down for a second out there. Ryan's a big guy. I think he ran right into that brick wall. It looks like the trainer's going to come out to check on him. Actually, that's the head coach, I believe. Blake Hart in his 4th season with this team. Already won one MAC East championship out there. As Adow will exit the game here. Can't tell if they're putting in a substitution or not, or if he's just going to take a second to collect himself.
Probably just let him give a second to collect himself. He got up under his own power pretty quickly, but the clock was stopped and someone entered the field for Farmington. So he'll probably go on as soon as the next chance arises, but the rule is the clock stops, someone comes on for you. You have to come off the field during an injury.
This one going over the top, chasing there, but collected by Rechsteiner, and he'll head right back out there. And this one out to Bryant. So Adow will just miss that one free kick after the play. Might have been one of those ones. Rechsteiner, or not Rechsteiner, Bryant, that is, being 6'2", 215 out there, at least on the roster sheet. Probably knocked the wind out of him out there. And this one finding Etcheverts. Etcheverts is going to go back to Shumway. Finding Masamongo out there. Masamongo ball up over the top, trying to find Infante down the line. A little too hard for him, though. It'll be interesting to see how this formation works in this one, though, Caden. We've seen the Eagles formation that they used for most of the year, which was more of a 3-back line, work quite well for them. They did well against a couple teams. Seemed like it broke down a little bit in that Colby game that led to a change to this 4-4 kind of 2 formation out there, or more of a 4-5-1 potentially as well. But they're trying a little bit something different. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work here tonight. We see them go back to that formation they used earlier in the season.
Yeah, it's also kind of a weird time to be changing up formations as well. I mean, some of the teams you're going to be playing next are one of the better teams in the NAC, and those are must-win games, so you got to do everything you can. Pedro Molina and Fonte being really great offensive players for what defenders are supposed to be, getting them more involved, kind of boost this offense, but the offense was doing really good before. So it is a really weird time, season coming to a close these next couple of weeks, to be changing things up right before conference play.
I want a shot low from Morales, bouncing in there. Those are the dangerous ones in conditions like this. Sometimes take a weird kind of flare bounce off the wet turf. Morales has been someone who's really excelled as of late for the Eagles. Right now it looks like he's playing more of an outside midfielder role. I think he's looked really good in the middle of the field for the Eagles, has created a lot of chances out there. I think he's also taken somewhat of a beating as well as this one. Shinlate sending something over the top towards Jopez. This one cleared out wide. Eagles sticking with it here, and that's going to be off of Farmington and out for a Husson throw-in. And Molina back to Shinlate here. And Bryant's going to send this one all the way out to Infante now. And all the way back to Bryant now.
You called Marcos Carlos in lineups. I did? Yes. And in senior day. I figured you just went with it.
And this one bounced back to Masamongo now. Lopez is someone who's looked pretty good up top this season for the Eagles. As Masamongo will be called for the foul on that one. The player got in behind him, tried to make the tackle around his body. It looked like he got a fair amount of ball. Also a fair amount of player out there. And I think that's probably something of a tactical one out there, Caden.
Yeah, that's one of those ones. I mean, we've seen it. Some referees let it go, but you got to set the tone early, you know, in these two teams' history. They play each other a lot. I'm sure numbers get taken sometimes, but it's definitely one most referees are going to call at the same time.
And this one's going to be passed back to the defense now. Alvarez trying to get there. This one past Molina, who had stepped, but Bryant coming all the way across, and we'll just clear this one out wide for throw-in. And this one will be a throw-in right around even with the 18. Might be seeing a big throw coming up here. We see that one taken short. Might be something to watch out, though, for the Eagles. That one out for a goal kick. Looked like that was McHugh who set up there for a second. Pretty deep. Would be a chance for this Farmington team. Having a player who can get one in towards the box is be very important on the offensive end from those throw-ins. That one passed back to Infante. I think that's one of those important skills that can be difficult for teams sometimes. As Jason trying to come in and pressure this. Molina with it now on the sideline. Gets it out to Alvarez. Eagles splitting this Farmington offense up the middle. This one finding Morales out wide to Infante now. Infante trying to take this one up the line. He's going to get a ball across. Jopez with it. Boots this back out to Shinlate. Shinlate is going to take a shot just low and wide. That was probably the Eagles' best chance of the game so far.
Yeah, golden opportunity. That was great setup play. That's what you want to do with this formation. Give it to Infante or Molina. Force something that way. Almost burned UMF that time. Infante just couldn't get the left foot on target.
This one out wide. Jopez lays a shoulder into the defender. That'll be a free kick coming up for Farmington. And looks like the referee stopped the clock on that one. He's going to talk to Jopez down there. That's something we see him do quite a bit. After a foul, there's a free kick. He kind of stands just to the left of him. He's not really impeding it technically, but he's only 2 or 3 yards away from the ball. Soccer, you need to give him at least 10.
It's also a common tactic, especially late in games when someone gets a free kick, just stand in front of them so they can't take it quickly and counterattack, especially if you get caught deep in the offensive zone. But, I mean, this early in the game, ref just giving him a warning not to do it again, because normally that is a card in those late games for a delay of game.
Yeah, and the head referee here tonight, Charlie Brown, a senior referee in the Maine, refereeing in this one to Morales in the middle. He's going to try to go through the defense, but gets it taken away. This one sent up the line. Adow and Bryant there in a foot race. This one just passed all the way back to Retzsteiner. But Brown, one of the senior officials for this kind of Maine Refereeing Association. He's someone we've seen before, always does an excellent job out there. I'm sure he did a little bit of homework, figured out which guys out there on the field aren't the referee's best friends. I think Jopez eventually earned himself a little bit of a reputation as someone who doesn't always take too cordially for fouls out there. And this one outside of the foot pass up the line. Infante trying to get there. This one off the toe of Morales, though. With a great pass out around the outside from Alvarez.
That's what you see from him. He's really technical with most of his passes. Doesn't really light up the score sheet a lot, but really commands that midfield play.
And this one finding Morales out on the wing. Going to go past one defender, trying to go past two. This ball in, finding Jopez, but off his foot. And that will be out for a goal kick. Alvarez, someone who I think he didn't play in one of the games earlier. I believe it was that Morrisville game. He didn't get there out there as much. For that, he was leading the team in minutes. Now it's a grouping with that defensive group in Molina, Masamango, and Infante. 3 guys who stay out there quite a bit. Infante breaking that 1,000 mark. I believe both Masamango and Molina will get to that as well. They play their normal minutes out there. This one finding Jopez. He's going to take a shot from deep. This one just wide of the post, though. He's saying that one took a tip off of the defender. It'll be out for a goal kick.
Seems like Farmington has really been liking this long ball, just trying to force something up to their strikers. Not a lot of build-up play that we've seen. Husson really possessed the midfield battle so far in this one.
From what I've seen of Adow and Chasen so far in this one, 2 guys, a lot of speed out there. I think this team, I mentioned it, they don't take a whole lot of shots, only averaging just around 10 per game. But they're averaging about 2 goals per game, so this is a team that, despite not taking a whole lot of shots, is capable of putting stuff in the back of the net. And I think a lot of that comes off of build-up plays and off of just kind of getting their guys in back behind the defensive line. You'll see on this one, I'm sure this ball is just going to be floated in right around the 18. This one over the top here, trying to find Adow out on the wing, and he'll be just offsides on that one. And this one taken quickly by the Eagles. And we've seen Adow here a couple times now be offsides on some of those long runs. I think it's one of those ones he has a lot of speed. If he can get in off onsides behind this Eagles defense. I mean, Shumway, a guy along with Infante and Molina, all 3 of them A lot of speed. Bryant, not the fastest guy out there, usually more of the big kind of wrecking ball on the defensive line for the Eagles.
Yeah, Dow's got some wheels, and I think the plan of attack right now is just try to get it up to him, especially with how aggressive these wingbacks for the Eagles are playing. If you can get him up to the guy with wheels, could catch this Eagles two-back line of Bryan and Shumway off guard, kind of force something with that.
Molina going up to Jopez now. Jopez gets past one defender, finds Shinlate. This one snipped in the bud, though, as that was Trevor Kruger coming in, the senior defender out of Massachusetts, coming in to stop that one. This one a throw in back to Rechtsteiner here. Rechtsteiner is going to go all the way out wide to Infante. Now Shumway with it. Shumway finding Morales right now. And Echeverse with it. The Eagles, a lot of their goals, on the other hand, I know we talked about this counterattack from this Farmington team. A lot of the Eagles' goals come after 20 straight passes in the central midfield, and they send a ball in towards the box. Lopez now trying to find Morales up at the top of the key. He goes back to Masamango. Masamango all the way out wide to Infante. Infante keeping this one just in play. Dow getting there defensively, though. And that one taken away by the defense now. Good job from Dow, the center forward, coming all the way back defensively. And Shinlate with it now. Finding Molina out there. This one still squirting its way through. It's going to go off the defender. This one's still alive for the Eagles somewhat. And Molina still all the way back. And Dow tries to go past Bryant out there. And Dow's going to hold his face on that one. Bryant getting the yellow card on that one. Coach Gavin Penny was right there for that play. Angered over that call.
Yellow card issued to Husson's number 34, Alex Bryant.
And it looked like Dow came up holding his nose a little bit. Might have caught the outstretched arm of Bryant out there.
The one thing to fear about this new formation is Molina and Infante are running hard every time they get this ball. I mean, your two best defenders aren't probably used to running that much in a game. They could get tired pretty quickly. You're going to have to sub them off, and then you're down your two best defenders, especially with a speedy guy like Dow up top. It's a little tricky to go down two all-conference defenders.
Well, you saw on that one, too. This one, a ball in towards the back, all the way through. Bryant tries to send something out. Chasen getting there, and he's going to send this one out into the parking lot. But on that last one that led to that foul and yellow card to Bryant, Molina had gone up on a long run. Was kind of taking his time getting back. And it'll be Rechtsteiner who's going to take this one. This one up towards the middle. Masamango is going to get to the second ball, finding Jopez out there. Jopez out wide to Molina now. I'm backing back to Shinlate. And like you said, with that kind of running too much, usually with that three-back line, both Molina and Infante would make some of those longer runs, but not as much. It would more be kind of every once in a while. They would see a little bit of green grass out there and take it up the field. With this one, it's almost every play, one or the other is trying to move up that far sideline. They're almost playing outside midfielders out there, kind of a defensive outside midfielder.
And normally with that three back, they're not doing it at the same time. Normally, I mean, we've seen Pedro Molina make a run, give the ball to the midfield, and the midfield makes a play to Infante, who's running really hard on the outside wing for a through ball.
And Molina takes this one off the crossbar as he managed to get, I think, the outside of his foot on that one, just over the top. bouncing off the crossbar. This one cleared out by the defense, trying to catch this Eagles defense. Still up there for that free kick potentially. Masamongo getting there to clear this one out wide to Molina. Molina goes through one defender, finds Masamongo again, and this one back to Bryant now. And Rechsteiner choosing to take this one touch. Lopez getting up there. He's going to head this one over the top to Shanlate, and chance now for the Eagles to get something across, but no one there for the offense, and Molina's going to get there now for the Eagles after that one cleared out by the defense. And that one cleared out. That one's going to be down by, I think, the gymnasium, as that one was kicked hard off the sideline. And Masamongo goes out wide. This one to Molina. Molina ball towards that back post, but no one there for the Eagles. He was trying to find Morales out there on the wing. And this one's going to eventually be a goal kick coming up. And this one about to be taken by Wormold. He's going to send this one up towards the far side. Morales gets there first for the Eagles. Farmington getting there second. And Infante, he was trying to get his hips around on that one and send something up the line. Will be out for a throw-in. And this throw-in taking, but headed out wide by Infante. Looks like we're going to see our first substitution of the game as well. This one set back into the box. Rechsteiner can pick that ball up, but doing what he normally does. He's going to pass this one out wide to Molina now. Has a little bit of space in front of him. Finds Shanlate. Shanlate with Lopez in front of him. Goes the ball down the line. Great pass to him. Defender closes in fast. No foul call on that one. Lopez trying to get back to it. And that's going to be a free kick coming up here for Farmington. And that one, not the header, I don't think that Masamongo wanted, but it will work out in the Eagles' favor, but cleared out by the defense again. This Farmington defense likes to just kind of sit back, Caden. When the ball comes to them, they just boot it out of there. It's been a very effective so far, but running room here for Masamongo. Not a guy we see take a lot of shots. No foul call there. That was one I think could have gone called right there at the top of the box. The defender got a lot of ball on that one, but also a lot of Masamongo and a goal-scoring chance.
Going back to your point, you know I'm not the – we've worked enough games together. You know I'm not the biggest fan of boot ball. But in this case, it's actually a really neat strategy because they know – I mean, these two teams have played each other enough across the years that they know Pedro Molina and Infante love to push the attack. I mean, and you got a speedy guy up there at the top. It's a really neat strategy, and it could work. It's just if it doesn't, you give the ball right back to Husson, who's already in dangerous formation in the offensive zone.
And that was Coleman Watson, another one of those Marana Cook seniors coming in for this team. As they will take this one up towards the middle of the field, and Morales here still moving around with it. He's going to lose the ball to that defense. So it looked like he took one too many touches trying to get himself the perfect shot out there. And another foul call there on Masamongo. Someone you don't see normally lose their temper a whole lot. That's a couple in a row on him that he didn't agree with, though. And he's going to get a yellow card out there for probably some extracurriculars after the play.
Yellow card issued to Husson's number 6, Mosi Masi Bongo.
Mongo, someone who's usually one of the most level-headed guys out there on the field for the Eagles.
Yeah, there's definitely a reason why he wears that armband out there. Not someone you see a whole lot talking back to referees, making a lot of comments to them. A yellow card for talking back and disagreeing with the ref is not something on my Husson Eagles bingo card I thought I'd be seeing this year.
As Bryant with it, he's going to send this one, but taken away by Farmington. But Bryant stepping in, big, strong tackle on that one. I think part of it, Mongo, usually someone who has some very clean tackles out there. A couple plays in a row from him where he made a play that he figured was a clean one out there. Referee blowing the whistle, seeing something different. And this one tipped on to Echeverse here. Spins around at the top, finding Alvarez again. Alvarez, I think, wanted to go left with it. He'll find Chinlate now. Back to Echeverse, finding Morales now. Morales tries to poke something through, and you can see this defense. Whenever the Eagles get it up around the 18, all of a sudden there's about 10 guys right inside of that 18. Seems like the Eagles are struggling with getting clean shots on right now against this Farmington.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Eagles are trying everything. They're trying ball movement. They're trying different types of things, ball dribbling, just trying to shoot it. We saw that a couple times already, just shooting it as long way as they can. Nothing is working. Something we're going to have to maybe see adjustments on going into half.
And Alvarez with it now in the midfield. He's going to find Morales. Great touch over to Chinlate, but he can't manage to get through the defense. Molina goes through a hard tackle on that one. That one, I think, bumped away from him on the back end. And that's going to be out for what looks to be potentially a corner kick here for the Eagles. This is how they scored that goal against Farmington late in their regular season, or earlier in the season, non-conference matchup. And it's also a play the Eagles have been doing very well on so far. And Morales will take this one. And Morales is going to get this one into the box. Knocked around. Bryant still there. And they're going to call a foul there, I believe, on the Eagles. Not sure if it was offsides or it looked like Bryant potentially the one called for a foul. And that one cleared out here by Farmington now. A good touch out pass Morales on that one. As this one passed all the way back to the defense. And now back to the defense. Couple players closing for the Eagles, and that will be out for a throw-in. Pressure from that offense led to that change in play, I think. Molina passes this one in quickly to Alvarez. Back to Bryant now. Bryant trying to find Alvarez out there. Chasen with it now. Doesn't get a clean touch on it, though. I think that pass too strong for Chinlate. This one passed all the way back to the defense now. And this one sent all the way up through Rechsteiner and Shumway trying to get there. And Rechsteiner is the one who's going to eventually kick this one up towards the defense. This one headed and kicked up in the middle here. This defensive line played all 90 minutes versus the Eagles earlier in the season. That matchup not being quite as important as this one. And Molina trying to get there first. He's going to take it off of a Dow and try to pass something up through the middle. It's going to roll its way all the way to Wormwold, though. This one across back, dangerous ball across the defense. Plenty of space here for Farmington. good cut around. Infante out there on the wing. Infante and Masamongo trying to get there first, though. And Infante, having made that long run back, is going to send this one over to Shumway. Shumway finding Morales up through the middle now. And this is Echeverse with it now. He's trying to send something across, but intercepted. And chance here, I think, for the Beavers. This one passed out wide to Adow. Alvarez trying to get there. And this Eagles defense trying to close to it. And it's going to be cleared out wide. That was a dangerous little ball that Eagles like to pass it through the midfield, similar to that one right there. But it was taken away by Farmington. Good job by Shinlate getting in front of this one, though. Trying to go through the defenders. Megs won. This one bounced out to Lopez. Shinlate goes down hard in the box. And it's going to be out for a corner kick. And another chance coming up here for the Eagles. That one was really started by Shinlate, bringing that up through the defense. And it will be Morales to take this one again. And we've seen a lot. Those defenders who have moved up into there being Molina, Bryant, and Shumway are some of the heads to watch out for on those corner kick plays. Bryant trying to get in front of this. This one cleared out by the defense. Alvarez makes a nice touch to bring this one down. He finds Morales out there. Morales trying to go middle with it, but gets it taken away by the defense. And Molina steps to that one. The Eagles take it right back. And this one's going to be out for a throw-in. It'll be Pablo Morato entering the field for Shinlate.
Substitution entering the game for the Eagles, number 3, Pablo Morato.
And Molina will take this one. He's going to send this one all the way back to Bryant. Bryant's going to find Shumway. But 11 minutes here remaining in this first half. See, no 0-0 score so far. I think the Eagles have probably had a lot more of the better chances. It'll be interesting to see that possession chart here at halftime. Molina finding Morato. Trying to go through a couple players. Finds Jopez in the middle. This one squirting right to Echeverse, who puts it just wide of the post. And he was trying to bury that one into the corner. It looked like he tried to kind of walk around it and take it with his left towards the near post rather than the far post. And I think making the wrong decision on that one. It looked like the goalkeeper had that covered out there. And I think that was the best chance so far for either of these two teams.
I was going to give the goalkeeper credit. I thought he got a little bit of a piece on it, but he took the goal kick, so I'm guessing he didn't, meaning Echeverse just took it wide. He had the opportunity. Goalkeeper went down early, just pull it back, go walk it in to the right, but shot it left, went wide with it.
This one sent middle. Bryant there is going to head this one towards Morato. Morato and Alvarez there for the Eagles. Looks like another sub coming in here in a minute. Josh Neto. I imagine he would take out probably one of Morales, Echeverse, or Jopez out there. And Echeverse finds Jopez. Jopez going out wide. Morales with it now. Morales trying to go around a defender, sends a ball all the way across, a little too far though. This one's going to stay in play though for the Eagles. Back to Molina here. Molina sending a ball back post, too high. This one headed middle, and back to Masamongo now. This one out wide to Infante. Morales taking this one all the way towards the end line. This one cleared out. And it's going to bounce straight to Chasen, all alone out there, trying to go past Masamongo now. Going to take this one up the sideline. It'll be out for a Husson throw-in.
Substitutions entering the game for the Eagles.
And Neto will take out Etcheverse out there.
Into the game for Farmington.
I think Morales would probably push towards the middle now, Caden.
Yeah, Morales has looked pretty good on that wing. Normally, we say it a lot these past couple of broadcasts. He seemed to have freed up once he goes from wing to middle. In that mid-season, I mean, he started as a winger, came in one of these after that away stand as a midfielder, and he's looked really good, setting up a lot of chances.
And it'll be another substitution here. It'll be Kenny Penny exiting for Jopez. Jopez had a few words to say to the defender on his way out. And this one sent out top towards Shason. And hard tackle on that one. No card comes out on that, though. It was Shason who put a player down hard. It'll be Alvarez to take this one. Mongo is going to move in towards the box. This ball sent in towards the near side, off the toe. Eagles trying to call for the corner kick, and they will get it. So another chance here. I think that's the third or the fourth here of this half, Caden.
Yeah, they've looked. I mean, Eagles are getting a lot of opportunities. They've shut the Beavers down offensively, but they just can't capitalize on this back line. This Beavers experience on the back line really showing. They're coming in strong, playing really well.
That one taken short. It's going to be collected by the goalkeeper. Yeah, and this defense sporting 4 seniors out there, at least for the guys who were listed as defenders. So a lot of experience out there for them. Mongo is going to pass this one all the way back to Rechsteiner. Those 4 seniors, a couple of them playing together in high school as well. In Stockwell and Wynn, both seniors out of Maranacook High School near the Augusta area. Has been a powerhouse over the last 20 years. You know, their coach being one of the most winning coaches in Maine history at the high school level for boys lacrosse, or boys soccer, that is.
He's been doing it for a long time, too. I can't remember his name, but
we remember they were a team that my high school played quite a bit. Played against both Wynn and Stockwell at one point. Some strong defenders out there, and it'll be another corner kick coming up for the Eagles. But I think the other thing this defense has going for them, we mentioned 4 seniors. That means at least those 4 have played together as a unit for 4 years now. They're 4 guys who play a lot of minutes together. They're in practice as well. This is a team that kind of knows each other in and out. As this one sent back post, Infante is going to head this one off the defender, and it'll be out for a corner kick on the far side now. But
yeah, I remember when we were playing those 3 Maranacook kids, they were very intimidating. I was a small sophomore. I remember I had to check in one time because of an injury. I was petrified. They were way bigger than me when I was a sophomore. They've been playing together for a long time, and they were strong way back then, too.
It was a physical Maranacook team, and they're physical out here on the soccer field as well. Looks like referee is going to go try to clear up this log jam on the front post a little bit. See, this is that exact spot. If you're at home, just watch that front post here right after the whistle. There's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving, stuff that just doesn't really get called. Kind of one of those gray areas where both the offensive player and the defensive player have a right towards that front post. Defensive players don't want to let the offensive guys have that spot, though. This one sent in, back post, over the top, and into the back of the net as that one buried Alvarez putting in his second of the year from the corner position. What a play, Caden.
I promise you, I have never seen an Olympico before in a game. And I've seen it, this Eagles team has done it at least 4 times.
Alvarez putting 2 into the back of the net this season from the corner position, and the other one coming from the other end of the field. But what a moment there for the Eagles. Alvarez coming out right here for Castellanos. That's one of those substitutions. If that substitution had come through 2 seconds earlier, we wouldn't have just seen that goal right there.
I saw Castellanos take his jacket off right before the corner was called on the first one of that span. And then when it went out, Castellanos was tiptoeing to the box.
Probably one of those ones. Castellanos took just a second to put on his shin guards out there. And that half second allowed them to get that goal, I'm sure, for the Eagles. I think if Coach Penny had seen that corner kick coming up from that side, the side that Alvarez usually takes it, wouldn't have been surprised if Castellanos had been told to kind of come off there for a second. Allow Alvarez to take that one. What a moment there for the Eagles. 2 corner kick goals so far on the season against this Farmington team has really been kind of bane of their existence against this Eagles squad. That Shumway goal against Farmington earlier in the year, I don't think Shumway really kicked it. It more kind of hit right off his midsection, sort of just ushered it into the back of the net. I think that one went off. Morales corner kick that hit Kenny Penny, took a shot that went off of Shumway and right into the back of the net. This one sent to Castellanos in the middle. Just going to send this one up towards Penny. Penny, someone I remember during the senior celebrations from last week, we had been given kind of a script to read from Coach Penny. One of the things he talked about with Kenny Penny is that despite his stature out there, is someone who manages to win pretty much any header against anybody out there somehow. You saw it right there on that one. This one headed out wide. Jason trying to get there and ushered out wide by Molina. Closing in on 3 minutes here left in this first half. Eagles looking to take the 1-0 lead into halftime. Is that one Jason? I think if he could have gotten something on that. This one, counterattack now for the Eagles. Morales fits a ball in through. This one, a shot finding its way to Penny. Penny goes down hard in the box. 2 guys in the box down. We'll see what the call is on this one. That was Neto and Penny who would both come in as substitutions. And it'll be Castellanos who's eventually going to take the corner kick. That was one of those ones. Obviously, the referee being right there saw no foul. That's one of those ones that could have easily been a little bit of hard contact from either team, or from that Farmington team. A little bit more contact could have resulted in a penalty kick there for the Eagles. Castellanos ball in. This one headed just wide of the post. That one looks like it might have taken a tip, but no, it'll be out for a goal kick. That was a good ball in, I think, from Castellanos. That ball probably only 2 or 3 feet wide of the corner post.
Big Miles Bryan looked like he got his head on it, just couldn't get a good angle. But, I mean, these corner kick plays, we've seen it all season long, Avery, have just been crucial for the Eagles. They have capitalized on so many of them. You can't give the Eagles opportunities, especially a lot of them, because they will capitalize on free kicks and corner kicks, stuff like that.
Molina trying to send a ball up towards the line to Neto. Good ball in, just a little too far, though. I'll be out for another goal kick. It's going to be a goal kick coming up here. This one just tapped straight to the defender. And Shumway is going to get there. Chasen trying to win the second ball. He will. He's going to send a ball up through, but taken away by Molina. And Neto with it now. Neto finding Morales in the middle. He gets it poked away. He will be fouled on it, though. The Eagles here, dangerous spot to have a free kick. Right around a minute here. This one sent in towards the back post. Goalkeeper mishandles it, but bounces straight to him. Couple players on that back post for the Eagles. And this one will be a punt coming up here for Warmold. And just try to send this one sky high. And he does. This one's going to make its way just around midfield. Awesome Mongo trying to get there. He'll get fouled from behind on that one. Under 40 seconds. We'll see if the Eagles try to use that last few seconds here to try to get one more. And that one taken sneakily by the Eagles. And Shumway ball towards the box. As Morato trying to get there. He'll slide in, get all ball on that one. He'll be out for this one still down in the corner. Being bounced around. 10 seconds now on the clock. He'll be out for a Farmington free kick. That should end the half, I think. Farmington too deep to really get anything going here. And the Eagles will take the 1-0 lead into halftime off of the Olympico goal. Caden, we've seen it a couple times this year. Something to watch out for with this Eagles team. And that was an entertaining first half. I think the Eagles definitely controlled the ball a lot.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting second half. Obviously, we're going to see what the Eagles do here if they start to pack the box, kind of lock down Infante and Molina, not letting them rush as much, but they have created a lot of opportunities from it. So, and knowing Gavin Penny and those two players, that's not going to happen. But, I mean, the Eagles finally breaking down that Farmington defense after being kind of locked down that entire first half. But as we've seen many times, the Olympico makes it 1-0 for the Eagles.
And we'll be back here in about 14 minutes on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Make sure to tune in for that second half. I am Avery Henningsen alongside Caden Trenoweth. Welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. My name is Avery Henningsen, and I'm joined by Caden Trenowith here. The Eagles right now sporting a 1-0 lead over this UMaine-Farmington Beavers team. That one goal coming off of a corner kick off the foot of Mario Alvarez out there, his second Olympico of the year. That really got this Eagles team going. Caden, I think the Eagles had the lion's share of the possession in that first half. Looked really strong. This Farmington team was really just trying to get the counterattack plays working, and it wasn't really working against this Eagles defense.
Yeah, they're really shutting it down. They're trying to play this long ball, knowing that they can outrun the two defenders in Shumway and Bryant. Really trying to force something, knowing Molina and Infante are going to attack. They really want this counterattack to work, but it wasn't working for them. It was just allowing the Eagles to get possession back and hone them deep in the defensive end. Thankfully for the Beavers, that back line has played so well other than that corner kick goal, but nobody's stopping an Olympico.
And the other one important to note, 2 yellow cards in that first half for the Eagles. One going to Masamango, one to Alex Bryant on the defense. Those are positions that you would like to not have a yellow card at. It's one of those ones that every once in a while they need to make a tackle that might be a yellow cardable offense to save a goal chance. You don't want to have to make that choose between being down a man and allowing a goal chance out there. You'd rather be able to be much more clear with it. I think the good thing they got going for them, those are 2 of the most level-headed guys, I think, out there on the field. Obviously, Bryant, kind of more the heavy hitter. Masamango, the captain, guy who's normally the one talking to the referee in more of a civil sense. 2 guys who, unless they had that force kind of play where they need to make that tackle to save the goal, aren't the guys who are going to be making bad tackles out there.
Yeah, if you would have told me before the game Alex Bryant and Masamango would be the 2 guys getting the first yellow cards of the game, I would not believe you. 2 guys really calm out there. Normally the ones calming the teammates. Obviously, Alex Bryant was a yellow card because saving a counter chance opportunity, but Masamango's was talking back to the ref. Not something we normally see from him.
And the Eagles will come out here in the second half with that same group who finished the first half. This one straight to Castellanos here, bounced its way to Penny. Chance still for the Eagles. Morato shot off the goalkeeper, and Neto buries that one into the back of the net. He stayed right there on the back post and put that one home for the Eagles. A blast of a shot off Morato's foot, and Neto right there.
That is how you want to start. Now you got to brace. Now you're going to force this Beavers team to play more offensive. That's what you want. You want them to play more offensive so you can get more on offense yourself. That was a great opportunity. Castellanos really started that. Great fighting. Never gave up on the play. Forcing that ball out wide to Morato. Morato with a shot and a great follow through. Coaches preach it. Follow the shot. Neto getting another one.
Neto, a senior for this team. He's one of those guys, only played 530 minutes over the last 4 years. Someone who definitely listens to the coaches in practice and out there on the field. Always manages to capitalize when given the chance out there. He's someone who eventually was one of the rivals of some of these Maranacook defenders out there, a Halldale High School senior graduate. Halldale and Maranacook, just towns over from each other. I think they're 2 schools that probably played each other quite a bit out there. I'm sure Neto might have seen some of these senior defenders for this team back in high school. And now putting one on the board for this Eagles team in college. Bryant's going to pass this one out to Shumway. Shumway taking it up through the middle, finding Neto. Neto's going to go out wide to Infante. And going back to Infante. Infante gets around the edge. He's looking to put something into the box. Goes past another one. And this one just wide. They'll be out for a corner kick, though. Good run there from Infante. The defender taking it up the wing for the Eagles.
These first couple minutes have been all Eagles. It's kind of how they ended the half as well. Beavers haven't been able to do anything And the Eagles are coming out firing on offense. Let's see what happens here on the corner where they've been successful before tonight.
And this one's going to be taken by Morato in towards the box, headed out wide. They'll be out for another corner kick, though. Looks like Morato trying to bend that one in right to the front post. Hope it squeaks through and get something started for them. Morato takes this one towards the back post. Infante there. Masamongo trying to get a foot on it. He keeps it alive, though, for the Eagles. They're going to send this one back to the defense, though. That's a spot that Morales is one of the few guys I'd like to have that ball out there in that situation. Usually very confident with the ball at his feet. Strong passer as well. As Penny trying to find Neto up the wing. This one a throw-in at taking up the line. Infante gets there first, though. Be out for another throw-in, though. We saw a Dow exit kind of late in that first half as Bryant gets there. Morales is going to send this out to Molina, but we saw a Dow exit and that offense sort of fizzle a little bit. Still had some speed guys out there, but not as much offensive presence. This one taken off the back of the defender. And going up through the middle now is Shason. He's going to go out wide to a Dow. Infante tries to get there. And Penny and Morato trying to get to this one in the middle. And referee's going to slow this one down. And there's that connection I was just talking about. As that was the defender who was fouled on that one. This one bouncing in through Shumway. Good job to head this one. See that a lot, it seems, with this Farmington team on free kicks. Their goal is really to just try to send something up through. Masamongo. Some contact out there in the middle of the field. Goes through it all, though. Couple nice moves. Castellanos with it now. He has a shooting chance here. Tries to go past one too many defenders, though, and gets it taken away. Job by Morales to get a touch on that one, though. Morato will take a shot low. Another bouncing one. This one right to Penny, but sent out wide. Castellanos trying to get something back in. Morato almost sets up a second goal on that one, though.
They are forcing this goalie to make some mistakes tonight. I mean, we know the wetness, the rain really takes effect to goalkeepers. You really have to play your position a lot more safely. We talk about it with Rechsteiner on cold, rainy nights, how those shots will kind of hurt you sometimes. When it's cold and when it's raining, the shot's going to come at you a little bit quicker. It's going to skip around a lot. You have to play your position a lot more safely. Right now, the Beavers goaltender really bobbling a lot. Husson capitalized on it once, almost twice.
Yeah, Wormald, the sophomore, really this season being the first time he's really gotten significant minutes out there. Only played in 4 games last season, but in this one has taken on kind of the 1A of the 2 goalkeepers who have split a lot of time between Wormald and Leach. Those two have split a lot of time in Wormald right now, struggling a little bit with some of those hard shots, both of them coming from Morato out there on the wing. And Rechsteiner is going to take this one. He's going to pass this one out wide to Molina. Molina has Morales on the line. Morales trying to take this one up through the defense. He's going to find this one all the way, trying to find Castellanos, taking a run up through the middle. And the Eagles defense, though, trying to get right back and take this one away. And that one is going to be a foul going against Farmington, so an Eagles free kick.
Beavers starting to get a little bit more chippy here in the second half after giving up that quick goal. A lot more fouls in a lot shorter amount of time than what we saw in that first half. They were pretty level-headed at the start of the game, but now a lot of fouls coming very shortly.
You see that sometimes when a team goes down 2, they kind of get this kind of fatalism, sort of say that they're down 2, they're kind of trying to fight back into it. There might be a couple plays where they make a foul they don't need to out there, or not something you would see in a 1-goal game. Bryant gets under that one, and this one finding Neto and Castellanos, but sent into the middle now. Neto's going to pass this one back to Bryant. Bryant going up top towards Morato. Morato trying to get there on the wing. He's going to force this one out wide, and it will be a throw-in coming up. This one finding Masamango in the middle. Bryant with it is going to send it all the way back to Rechtsteiner. Rechtsteiner hasn't been challenged a whole lot in this game so far. Had a couple chances come to him. I think most of his work's been done kind of out beyond his 18.
Which we talked about it. This Beavers team doesn't shoot a lot on target, not a lot on goal, but they're very effective when they do. So far, we haven't seen them really get a strong shot.
The Beavers only 1 in that first half. And this one's going to be a Morato free kick just in front of the Husson bench after a foul on Penny. Morato putting this towards back post. Good ball in towards Molina. This one sent middle. Penny sends this one sky high. Looked like he was trying to get that one back around him. Shumway heads this in. This one sent back. It's going to find its way out to Morales. And it looks like Bryant called for a foul on the ball coming back out. This one taken quickly. Penny trying to get back there on defense for the Eagles. Penny and Neto seem to be the two who are being kind of tasked with pressuring this back line, along with Morato out on the wing. Morales and Morato coming in to play defense out there. Masamango pokes that one away. Referee gives advantage, but Bryant's going to kick this one out wide for a throw-in. And we should have some substitutions coming up here in just a second.
Substitutions entering the game for Farmington. Number 2, Abdul-Jabbar Abdid. And number 10.
And it will be Abdul-Jabbar Abdid coming back in on the defensive end, along with Jack Bammel. Now, I'm not sure if we saw in that first half or not for this Farmington team. He's getting his first minutes here in the second half. This one will be a throw-in coming in a low, bouncing towards Chasen. He's going to let this one play through. That was a good move by him. Took a hard hit off of Molina. Will be out for a throw-in now in a little bit better territory. We'll see if this one taken hard. This one's going to be all the way into the box. That one headed out by Molina. And Penny and a couple other defenders there. This one bounced all the way back, though. Still a chance here, but Masamango is going to clear this one out for the Eagles defense. Morato getting on the end of it. Counterattack opportunity here for the Eagles. Morato taking just too long of a touch. Nice touch out there on the sideline by a fan up in the lawn chairs.
Ever since these front four of Neto, Castellanos, Penny, and Morato have come on, the offense has really just had a different feeling to it, and it's been really, really good. I mean, they've really forced the attack, really making the goalkeeper make mistakes, putting a lot of shots, getting a lot of chances. It's like all four of them came off the bench, and they've looked strong. Normally, you don't see that on these night games. If you don't get a start, it's normally they come off slow to start the game.
I think the other one, Morales, being pushed towards that central midfield role. That's really where I love to see him play out there. A very excellent passer, very good with his feet. He's going to get subbed off here for the corner kick. But for Alvarez, another player similar to Morales out there. Excellent passer in the midfield. And this one sent in by Morato towards the back post. This one too far, though. And this one's going to be passed all the way back. Missed pass there. Defense trying to get back to a down. Might get slowed down a little bit by having the ball. This one passed and bottom corner. And that will bring it back within one. The Eagles get caught napping on the counterattack. As that was Mohamed Adow who took that one up through the middle of the defense. Just turned on the speed. They couldn't catch up to him on that. And that was just pure speed out there, Caden.
Yeah, that was a pure mistake. I'll tell you that. Not something you want to give up when you're up only 2 goals now. This Beavers team is right back in it. They're going to have the energy knowing they just forced a mistake like that. It's going to get a little chippy, I believe. And they're going to come full throttle now, only needing 1. And they got time to do it. 31 minutes left.
On that one, it was Castellanos and Neto who had pushed back for defense on that corner kick play. I think I would usually like to have at least one of those 4 back line. Obviously, they're some of your best guys in the air on corner kicks. At least have one of them be back defensively. But Neto and Castellanos, I think, misread that ball to Adow a little bit and weren't able to get back in time. As Morato dragged down on that one, it'll be a free kick. Alvarez or Castellanos will probably take this one. Looks like Alvarez is going to try to send this one back post. I think Bryant or Shumway are the 2 names to watch out for, 34 and 20. Alvarez is going to try to just float this in towards that back post, get it high enough that one of them can jump up over that defense. And this one sent in towards the back post. Shumway gets a head on it, sends it back middle to Bryant. But this one bounced out by Farmington. Molina looking to put something back in, but this one's just going to be cleared out wide for a throw-in. Those 2 names we mentioned, though, right before that kick. Trying to combine for something on that one. This one passed in Infante out to Neto now. Neto knocked down on that one. Whistle will blow. Another free kick coming up here for the Eagles. I think Castellanos will probably take this one. They want Alvarez to try to bend this in towards net. Looks like Alvarez is going to take this one. I think they're going to back him up a little bit, though. And Alvarez just in front of the sideline. Probably trying to find Shumway or Bryant again on this one. This one sent back post. This one saved by the goalkeeper into the back of the net. Alvarez, 2nd goal from a free kick opportunity, Caden. And what a way to do it for the Eagles.
I'm speechless, but that's how you want to respond. Alvarez has been a set-piece beacon today, absolutely destroying the competition. I mean, Olympico and then a free kick like that from that angle is insane.
They put that one right into the upper corner. Wormel looked like he got touch on it. Wormel a little slow to get up here at the far sideline. Might have collided with the post or a player out there. I think everybody thought that one was trying to find one of those back kind of defenders, but that ball is really, I think they're trying to, with Alvarez, he's trying to put something either on net or at least put something right around that back post, get someone right there. Right now the Eagles taking the advantage right back in this one. As Wormel still out there, the trainer hasn't gone out yet. I think with the goalkeeper, if the trainer were to come out, you would then have to sub in a new goalkeeper.
Then I don't think you're able to sub him back on for the rest of the game, right? It's only 1 sub per half per player.
Yeah, and he hasn't used his first one yet. Looks like he's back to his feet, having a discussion with the referee. We talked about it. This team, Leach and Wormald, two guys who have split, not split time, but Leach having gone some time. He played the full 90 versus Husson earlier in the year in a game that Wormald missed. Only allowing that late corner kick goal that was almost kind of one of those fluky plays that happened with very little time left on the clock.
But if you're the Eagles, after giving up a goal like they just did, that's how you want to respond. Another set-piece goal that really demoralizes a team. Everybody hates giving up a set piece.
And Echeverse will go back out there for Castellanos. And the Eagles getting that momentum back. 2 set-piece goals. The Eagles have really done really well this whole season on those set-piece plays. A lot of their goals have come off of those plays. Penny putting in the work out there on the offensive end. This one sent all the way up the line. Molina there trying to shield this one out. He'll win the first ball. Trying to take this up through the defense now. He has some pressure. He's going to send this one all the way over to Infante. Infante trying to keep this one in play. Going to send a ball up through the middle, trying to find Penny. And he's going to head this one out wide. Now we'll roll out for a Farmington throw.
Substitution into the game for Farmington, number 15, Coleman Watson.
And it'll be Coleman Watson coming back in. We saw him some in that first half. That one a throw-in. That one went off of Infante's hand. Kind of an unlucky one. Didn't look like he was trying to make a play. Player kicked it off of his foot, and it went straight up into his hand. That was kind of down at his side. And this one a dangerous. This is about the same kind of area where Alvarez put one into the back of the net. Molina heads this one out. Finding Echeverse here. He's going to have time. He's going to try to send something up towards Penny. Penny trying to get back on his horse. And good pass through the middle of the defense. This one out wide now. Some runners out on the wing here for Farmington. Jason would have liked to make that first initial pass. And this one back. This one sent all the way across. And this one, Morato gets called for the foul on that one, so it'll be a free kick coming up here for Farmington. Morato going to argue that one a little bit.
I feel like that's... I think the Husson bench wants... I think the Husson bench was wanting something on the Beavers there for not playing the ball. He kind of just stood his ground, kind of like in basketball when you see a center or a point guard draw a charge when they're in the paint. But I think 99% of the time, that's going to get called on the offensive player. Morato kind of leaning in to that ball being played. But
I think it's one of those ones, if Morato had gone down on that, he kind of went through the hard contact. The defender went down. Morato kept going. Usually on one of those ones, I think if Morato were to go down, then you would see that call flipped the other way. Penny trying to flip one on towards Morato. Bounces back out to Echeverse. Alvarez with it now. It's just going to send this one out to Infante. And Infante finding Masamango. Masamango trying to send something up through. This one going all the way up towards Molina. And Wormold's going to get on the end of it. And Sanchez warming up down here in front of the booth. Wouldn't be surprised if he might go in for Masamango here. Masamango with that one yellow card. Wouldn't want to get a second and get a red card out there. The Eagles with that 2-goal lead feeling a little bit comfortable. think if it were to stay this 2 goals as the game goes on, I wouldn't be surprised if Bryant comes out as well. This one finding Rechsteiner in the middle. And Rechsteiner going to punt this one away. Finds Alvarez right in the middle. Alvarez back to Bryant. Bryant finding Morato. Good turn in towards Penny. Penny, nice pass out wide to Molina. Molina has a little bit of room in front of him. He's going to find Alvarez. This one sent in, but headed out by the defense. That was a good setup there from the Eagles. Good defending as well. The Eagles are going to slow this one down. Bryant finding Molina. Masamongo is going to go all the way back to Rechsteiner. Rechsteiner going up towards Neto. Neto, that one headed straight to Endow. And Chasen staying on, and that's exactly why you might want to take Masamongo out. We'll see what the foul's on. That one looked right on the edge of the box.
That's got to be the other way around. Are you kidding me?
Masamongo was getting tugged hard though. He didn't really have a choice when he's trying to clear that ball.
This one taken quickly. Alvarez stays on top of it, though. I think that's going to get called back. The referee's still talking to the players out there.
I like the big lacrosse sacks better than
And this one's going to get kicked all the way back to the defense. Not quite sure what the holdup is on this one. I think the Eagles just trying to figure out what the foul is, and looks like it's going to be an indirect kick from just inside of the 18. Not sure what the call is on that.
Yeah, if it was a foul on Masamongo, it would have been a PK if I'm not mistaken. This is certainly an odd one.
This is one the Eagles are going to have to give him 10 yards. I wouldn't be surprised if we see just a touch, which will make it a fair play here.
Yeah, they're probably going to do a mini.
The other one you could do would be just a direct shot straight into that wall, try to get it to bounce off of someone. Rechsteiner here, this is too close for him to really see. As a goalkeeper, you'd love to be able to see if they make a little touch here on this ball right off of the free kick.
Yeah,
then if they put it on goal and the defense gets out of the way and it doesn't touch anybody, then it's a no goal even if it goes right in.
Yeah, they can really catch him off guard here. You can't see a run up.
I think we'll see a touch here. Chasen getting on it. He's going to put a ball towards the back corner, and Molina's going to post this one out. Sent sky high by Infante. Still alive, though. And Bryant tries to get ahead on it. This one sent back into the box. That's going to be a foul on Farmington, and this one will be going out for the Eagles. Chance to just clear this one. I think for them, they're just going to try to send this one out of here. Try to get away from this 18 area.
Absolutely, get as far away as possible. That was a crazy couple minutes down there in that defensive zone for him.
What could have very easily been a penalty kick play, something that this Farmington team, I believe, has been pretty strong in all season. 5 for 5 on penalty kicks. Multiple of those being Endow out there, or Endow that is. And we're going to see Sanchez as well as the freshman in Nico Bauer coming out. We haven't seen Bauer, I believe, since that Linden game.
He looked really strong in that game, and he's looked really strong in some of the friendlies. I know last night he had a free kick goal against Bridgeton Academy with the second team. He's looked really good. I don't think you mentioned he might have had an injury to start off the season, working his way back from it, but he has looked so strong in all the friendlies, and of course that Linden game, I'm pretty sure he got his first career in that.
Bauer played the entire second half of that Linden game, scored a goal and had a couple assists, looked really good in central midfield. He's going to play more of a winger role in this one. An offensive substitution out here. And Coach Penny trying to get some of his guys some minutes out there. As this one, mistake here from Sanchez, but Shumway and Bryant come in to close that down for now. Sanchez still with it here in the middle. Dow's not the guy you want to give the ball straight to right in the offensive side. Penny trying to get up there. This one sent up through the middle, straight to Alvarez. Nice touch over the defender on that one by him. He still has it, tries to go off Shason. I think he slipped a little bit on that one. And he tries to send that one out, but still a chance here for the Beavers. Rechsteiner's going to come out of his box and make some touches. And this is what he always seems to do out there a little bit.
I mean, if they're not going to pressure him, and when they're down 2 goals, that's their own fault. I mean, they should know Rechsteiner by now. He's going to drain that clock as much as possible when they are up.
And he's very much kind of allowed to do that as long as he doesn't. Once you pick that ball up, there's kind of an 8 to 10 second non-existent clock that starts ticking down a little bit. You can't just hold on to it forever. But before you pick it up, you're allowed to just stand there as long as you want if that defense isn't pressuring you out there. Now it's going to be a foul on Bauer. That one sent way up there. Dow's going to get in behind Bryant, have a 1v1 with Rechsteiner. Rechsteiner makes the kick save and saves that one for the Eagles, as I don't think they were ready for that big throw-in from down in front of their bench that went in back behind.
See, I thought it was a throw-in call too, but they called it a foul, so it was a free kick opportunity. So they weren't expecting that kick. All of the Beavers noticed it. Dow got his wheels going. It was a great pass, but Alex Rechsteiner making his body big, kept it out of the net.
But Dow there, a 1v1 with the goalkeeper right in front of the net, inside of the penalty area, I believe. Like inside of the penalty spot. But Rechsteiner making the clutch kick save. Rechsteiner, the reigning first-team goalkeeper of the year for the North Atlantic Conference. Has looked great in the goal for the Eagles the last couple years. I think for Eagles fans, unfortunately, Rechsteiner in his final season. And a penny called for the foul down there, but Rechsteiner, I think he's going to leave a year early. Still has one more year, but going back to his homeland of Switzerland. He's serving out his mandatory military service over there. And the Eagles will be without goalkeeper, who right now is probably somewhat on track to try to regain that role. I believe the SUNY Delhi goalkeeper currently in the lead in most goalkeeping standings. That SUNY Delhi team, who played the Eagles in the NAC championship a season ago, has allowed very few goals on the year. They haven't scored a whole lot of goals either, but have also been allowing under a goal per game in all their matchups. And Etchever's trying to play defense there in the middle. And this Farmington team started to get some more chances here, Caden, in this last 5-10 minutes or so. This Eagles defense has been out there the entirety of this game. It seems like they might be getting a little bit tired up top.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit, touched on it, how Infante and Molina were making those runs hard and fast early on in this game, how it might start to affect them in the second half. So far, we haven't really seen much, but there has been plenty of opportunities, missed touches, missed reads from the Eagles' defensive side of the ball that have proved that they're very much still in this game, only trailing by 2.
And this will be the first corner kick of the game for this Farmington team. And a chance here for them. I think the Eagles have a little bit of a height advantage, something we don't say all that often. This one cleared out by Sanchez, I think with Shumway and Bryant out there. as Morato trying to get to that one. He'll be called for the foul. Morato's going to go down after that one. Might have tweaked something. And we'll see what the substitutions are here. And Morato's going to come off slowly. Morato's looked really good, I think, in these last couple of games. Still coming back from some injuries. His whole career here with the Eagles. He's dealt with kind of some nagging stuff out there. The player that when he is healthy, I think is one of the more talented players out there, similar to Echeverse and Alvarez out there. A little bit different style.
Absolutely, but you love to see him get off under his own power. We know he had a little bit of an injury to start the season. He's been working his way back from it. He played really well tonight, really aggressive, which is what you love to see, especially on that wing position. Hopefully it's nothing too serious going into NAC play.
Might be one of those ones, too, that knowing he's kind of potentially reached kind of that threshold of energy out there, rather than trying to wait for the substitution, rather take one, not try to push something out there. This one, Shinlate, who went in for him, gets a toe on this out wide to Alvarez. The Eagles are going to have another 3 substitutions coming in. Wouldn't be surprised if Penny, Neto, and potentially Echeverse come out here. Bryant trying to clear this one, had to take that one weirdly off his foot. Out wide to Infante. That one's going to be out for a Farmington throw-in. That one looked like it went off the defender. Also Bauer, I think, getting a touch on it. Bauer trying to send something up to Penny. And this is Shinlate with it now in the middle. Shinlate out wide to Infante. Back to Shinlate. Shinlate players all around him here. Echeverse trying to go through the defense. He managed to get past the first guy. He'll find Bauer. Echeverse goes down. Referee won't allow the possession to keep going. Echeverse taking a second to get up out there. He got hit behind the play on that one.
Yeah, kind of got sandwiched trying to make something happen. It looked like he kind of jumped to get out of the way. I think it made things a little bit worse for him. Referee was going to play advantage, but he ended up calling it dead. But Echeverse is up under his own power here. That's something you like to see.
And Eagles will be having 3 substitutions. Ferreira usually more of a defensive guy, probably one of those defensive players, maybe Brian or Molina out there, and Molina's been nursing a couple things. This one, Alvarez towards the back post, but saved by the goalkeeper, similar spot. The substitutions here for both teams have been down there for a couple minutes. I think it's quite chilly down there. Obviously, we're up here. One of my favorite booths on campus, pretty insulated up here. But I remember looking at the weather before coming down here. Like it was going to be somewhere around the upper 40s here as we start to get in towards that late fall. Probably be one of the last night games of the season.
Happened really quick. That week before we went on break, it was all like 80s. We come back from break, and now we're all in the 50s and low 40s.
That's Maine weather for you as Shinlate gets ahead on this one. Penny gets tripped up. I don't think he's going to get called for a foul on that one. Didn't really have possession.
I think Penny was, I think he went diving for it, trying to play the header off Shinlate's ball, but he definitely didn't mean to.
Looks like he caught the goalkeeper, though. Wormold taking a second out there. That one's finally out for a throw in. The Eagles will be able to get some of their substitutions in. It'll be Parkin, Lopez, and Pereira coming in. Bryant will exit along with Echeverse and Penny. It's about what I was expecting, seeing those subs down there. Lopez will be I think the Eagles at this point in the game up 2, they're going to be sending a lot of balls, just sending stuff up top and just allowing Jopez to just kind of chase some stuff down. I think the Bryant substitution more meant to just Bryant getting that yellow card early in that first half. They don't want him to get the second here up 2 with only 15 minutes on the clock. Shumway trying to get there. He's going to slide in and get that one. Referee blows the whistle. It looked like Shumway had gotten the ball. It's going to be a free kick here coming up for Farmington. This will be a direct from right in front of the goal. Pretty much the most dangerous spot you can have it at without being a penalty kick. Shumway and a Dow out there in a battle. I couldn't quite see it through the windows here from where we're sitting. I kind of have to look through about 4 different panes of glass that have reflection on them and stuff.
Yeah, it looked Shumway got beat, tried to recover, did a slide tackle. It was very close to the PK area. I think when the first contact hit, it was outside, but when it finished and both players hit the ground, it was inside. So Beavers wanted the PK, but ref saw the contact first happen on the outside, so that's where the ball will be placed.
And this one will be a direct kick. Won't be surprised if one of those 2 forwards in Chasen and a Dow take this one. Eagles wall is going to get pushed back. Rechsteiner is going to try to put that on his near post, it looks like. But from this distance, you can try to bend something over that wall. It's difficult, though, to get something over that wall and get it back down so soon.
Yeah, the reaction time of Rechsteiner is going to be tested here. If it's something on net, he's got to react way quicker than what a typical free kick is, which is about 5-10 yards.
Another one to watch out for.
Outside.
Number 17 out there, not being covered by anyone. Chasen's going to take this one off the post. Still alive, and this one out for a goal kick. Rechsteiner thought he was going near side, put a foot in the ground towards that direction. That one mere inches away from being a goal to bring this team back within 1.
Yeah, that was a little scary. I won't lie to you, but I think Rechsteiner thought, he put them on that that side post, and he thought that'd be covered, so he went the other way. Went as close as it can get, right off the post.
And 2 plays now for the Eagles. That penalty the foul happening just inches off of that 18-yard line. I think both of those, a couple feet more forward, you could have had 2 penalty kicks there, which we mentioned. This team 100% so far. That was Parkin trying to bring something up through the middle. Parkin, one of the freshmen who's gotten some of the most minutes out there. I think Castellanos probably has that. Castellanos and Dubahal are the 2 who have gone the most. I think Parkin probably in third between those 3. He gets hit hard on that one, and they'll be called for a foul on that. There'll be a free kick coming up here for the Eagles. Referee having some words out there with the defense. And Alvarez with this one. Can try to float this in towards the back post. Might try to find Molina out there. Molina going towards there. This one headed out by the defense, though. As that was Alvarez who took that kick in towards goal. Infante finds Sanchez back to Infante. Infante way off his position out here trying to go up. Alvarez is going to drop back to play defense out there. Infante still going through some players. This one's going to roll its way back to the goalkeeper. You can see the Eagles right now double teaming Adow out there on the offensive side. They've been beat a couple times by him over the top. As Infante still kind of out of position here. Shumway heads this one back into the middle. Not sure if the Eagles made a formation change out there or not. As Bauer is going to be called for the foul on that one. There'll be another free kick coming up here. Infante is going to finally get back over there. Interesting. He went up on that long run and then stayed out of his position there for several plays.
Yeah, it looks like the Eagles have kind of added to their back line. I wonder if that last challenge or last attempted long through ball to a Dow kind of scared them a little bit, making them go more defensive. Something we don't normally see. Normally, the Eagles really stay offensive.
This one headed middle, right back out. Sent back in. Molina gets a foot on it. Jopez with it now. Slide tackle coming in. Not enough contact on that one, though, and Parkin's just going to try to clear this one. Right back to the defense, though. And Parkin comes in hard on that one. Looked like he got ball, but I think he hit the player first. As Sanchez trying to step in and slow some stuff down. That one, a card going to Parkin.
Number 31, Becky Parkin.
And the clock stopped at 10 minutes here, 10:40. I think this is that period in the game, Caden, where we could see the Eagles start to not park the bus, but kind of get a little bit towards that area where instead of moving people forward, you're up to.
Especially, we haven't highlighted enough. This is your 1-2 in the NAC East right now. This is a very important game for final standings. You want to win this one. Absolutely, you want to win this one. Both coaches are going to try their hardest. I'm going to guess they're still fighting for a win down there on the Beaver side instead of at least trying to go for the tie.
The Eagles, the one loss in conference play, the Beavers, none. But I think if the Eagles were to win this, it would give them that tiebreaker over Farmington. Obviously, both teams still have games to play, but it would put them in the driver's seat. The Eagles with games against Leslie and Umpy before playing at Thomas College for the final game of the season. Thomas, another team kind of in the running for this NAC East. They lost to Farmington last week, though, which I think hurt their chances a little bit. Farmington will play Maine-Maritime and Linden to close out the season in conference play, along with a game against Bates. Obviously, that one not really mattering for that conference schedule, though. The other one that the Eagles are missing right now defensively is Masamongo's been out of the game for about 25, 30 minutes now. Had that early yellow card. The Eagles took him out trying to make sure that he wouldn't get that second one. And you can really see it that his presence is missed out there defensively for them. He's a player that's just kind of always open out there in the passing game for the Eagles, and also a player who can just step in as a fifth defender out there if they need him to. This one sent up top. Alvarez trying to get there. Defender's going to make his way past him, though. This one trying to go up over the top. Shumway heads this one to Sanchez. Sanchez finding Morales now. Morales goes past one player. He's going to send this over to Pereira now. 8:40 left on the clock. Molina finding Alvarez. Alvarez trying to go up the line to Molina. That one's going to be too far, though. And Parkin with it now in the middle. Parkin, good ball back over to Alvarez. Alvarez is going to just scoot a ball up the line towards Molina. Molina finds Parkin now. Molina with it still, trying to keep it in play. He's just going to boot that one way far. That just a little bit of time wasting on that one.
Yeah, I think he forgot that there's ball boys and girls to hang on to an extra one, so he didn't need to kick it as far as he did. The poor ball girl's going to have to travel a long way out for that one.
This one, defense with it. The Eagles trying to close to this one. He's going to manage to split that Eagles defense, though. Good job from the middle of that defense, but this pass straight back to the Eagles. Morales now with it out on the wing. He's going to get hit hard, stays through the contact, bringing it up the line. Morales is going to want to watch out here a little bit. Chasen trying to close hard. Good cutback from Infante, finding Parkin. This one off of Parkin up the line will be out for Looks like to be an Eagles throw-in. Infante is just going to send this one up towards Morales. Morales with the excellent touch out there keeps it with possession for the Eagles for now. Great job by him to keep that one in play. Pereira with it now. Defender or offense closing, and Rechsteiner is just going to clear this out wide to Molina. Another dangerous chance out there. But Alvarez and Chinlate, he had Chinlate wide open up that line, chose to bring it back. This one going back over to Infante, finding Parkin now. Parkin over to Chinlate. Chinlate's space out there hasn't gone a whole lot of it since coming in for Murata. Out wide to Morales. Morales trying to go inside with it. He'll find Parkin. That one a little too far for him, though. Infante is going to step to this one. Foul. That was Kruger. This one's going to be with Infante and Alvarez. I think Alvarez or Morales will take this one. Eagles will take their time on this as that clock ticks down to 5:50 now. Alvarez is going to send this one towards the back post. Molina there, this one off the goalkeeper, still alive for the Eagles, but right to a defender and cleared out wide. Lopez is going to keep this one in for the Eagles, though. He's going to try to go through a couple people, tries to find Chinlate, nothing there. Shumway there, though. Shumway tries to go through one defender. He will. He's going to send this one out wide to Molina. Molina going to pass this one. Trying to send something back. Gives it straight to a Dow, though. Dow's going to look to reset for this team. Back to him. Looking to do some footwork past Sanchez. This ball over the top. The Eagles caught a little bit off guard. Pereira, good tackle there on that one. He steps in, the sophomore.
Pereira has looked really strong since coming on. He had a great battle against a Dow earlier, getting that ball cleared, and now that one right there, letting the Eagles reset.
Pereira so far this season played, this being his 6th game, probably over 100 minutes now on the season. About 400 in his career, the sophomore. He's dealt with some injuries as well here for the Eagles. The Eagles trying to tick some more time off that clock. Rechsteiner is going to take this goal kick. His job right now just to clear this one as far as possible. I send this one up towards the middle. Parkin and the defender trying to get there. This one over the top of both of them. Lopez trying to get through. He's going to foul the defender out there. It'll be a free kick. Lopez, it's carded instantly for that one.
We brought it up earlier in the game. He did that once. Ref gave him a warning. We said later in the game, that's what he kind of tries to do, try to kill the time, kill the momentum of a free kick.
Might be one of those ones that might teach Lopez a little bit of a lesson out there. He does that a lot on these free kick ones, and it's one of those ones that just kind of annoys the referee, I think, more than anything. Obviously, it slows down the play. It's an effective strategy if you kind of do it correctly. You can't just, you want to give them a little bit of space. It needs to be kind of a couple yards. You make an attempt to give them 10 yards. You can't give them 3 feet and try to argue your case that you gave them 10 yards out there. Sanchez finding Molina now. Molina's just going to send something all the way up towards Lopez. This one sent out for a throw-in, though. This one sent into the middle now. Heron's going to send this one out wide. That one was just trying to bring in the foul. Bender just turned his hip straight into that. That one he was trying to, I think, get the foul called on that one. I think they know Lopez, an aggressive player out there. That one over the top. Molina gets on it first.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a substitution for Lopez soon. He's been really aggressive these last couple of minutes, then picking up that yellow card. He won't try to be unaggressive, knowing what we saw in that Poly game and what we've seen so far.
That one going off the Eagles' defense. Apparently, he'll be out for a corner kick. So chance here for Farmington to try to get something on the board with just under 3 minutes left. I think if they could get one here, still a very much open ball game. This one sent into the box over the top of everybody, headed back in. Parkin's going to send this one clear. And Latte misses the first touch on it. Molina gets the second one, though. Sent back in. Sanchez gets there, and Molina's just going to boot this one up the line. That one sent out into the Eagles fan section. Will be 2 minutes now on the clock. That one headed on. Dow's going to get a touch on it. Shumway is going to send this one off the defender, or off the offensive player, that is. Clutch play there from Shumway. That's that senior experience out there to be calm enough to kick that one off. And like you said, Kenny Penny going in for Jopez. Lopez will make his way over to the bench. And Rechsteiner is going to send this one up towards the middle of the field. Latte trying to get there. This one off of Farmington, it looks like. Eagles will have a throw in here. A couple different guys will get a chance to take this one. Chinate with it. Going to try to find Molina. Can't keep it in play, though. This one taken quickly from Farmington, headed on off of Shason, though. That's a big call out there from the sideline. So minute 30 here, the Eagles very much in the driver's seat, up 2 goals. At this point, just really playing boot ball up towards Penny. Let's keep kicking this one out as much as they can, wasting it some time out there. When a throw-in sent middle, sent up into the air. Finding Morales now. Morales, chance to dribble a little bit in the middle. He's going to try to fit a pass in, gets it taken away by Farmington, though. Farmington almost on the attack there, but another good step from Shumway. Morales with it again. Morales just outside of the foot, pass out to Molina. The Eagles might not be done quite yet here. As I think the Eagles not in the need of a goal here. They're just trying to run that clock down under 30 seconds. Sanchez with it.
This is really weird to me. Farmington is not playing aggressive defense. You'd think down 2 goals, even.
I think at this point, under 20 seconds,
yeah,
even if they got one, it's pretty much out of. You're not going to try to get a card here late in a game that you've pretty much already lost at this point. Under 10 seconds. The Eagles need to be smart here defensively. And they will come away with the 3-1 victory over the visiting UMaine-Farmington Beavers. Big victory from the Eagles. Rechsteiner with the hands up. He allowed that 1 goal up over the top. It was kind of a 1v1 with him, but saved that other clutch one after the 1v1 that Dow had later in that one. So the Eagles now moving to 4-1 in conference play, while Farmington will drop to 4-2. The Eagles, I think, in the driver's seat now for that #1 seed. They obviously still have to take on Leslie and UMaine Presque Isle, 2 teams they've handled pretty well in the past. I think that final game of the season against Thomas will be a big one. We'll be back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network when the Eagles take on Umpy next Tuesday, October 17th. This Farmington team will take on Maine Maritime this Saturday, as this was an even fought game throughout. The Eagles having the larger amount of possession in this one, 57-43. Also had shots 16-6. I think a lot of that 6, I believe 5 out of that 6 coming in the second half, though, Caden. So pretty thorough domination from that Eagles offense.
Yeah, they looked really strong. That second group they had to start the second half played really well. Penny, Neto, Castellanos, and Murato before, unfortunately, he went down, but they really owned the possession battle. They really forced the offense, creating a lot of opportunities. That's something you like to see from your guys on the second unit.
And that will close out our broadcast here tonight here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I've been Avery Henningsen alongside Cade Trenowith. Have a good rest of your night.